Millions of people felt this in their body, and now we watch the outer world fall apart. The inner world changes first, and then the outer world changes. This is quantum shifting. We have reached the end of a timeline, and many people on the path, this has been experienced for years. However, humanity as a whole is shifting a timeline. We are no longer part of a system, a reality, a world that doesn't serve its people. And the message, don't be afraid. I know this is very, it could be scary, but if you're a person that's able to focus throughout this talk today, you're going to understand why the earth is shaking, why we are experiencing massive earthquakes around the world, tsunami, and what this all means, and what is your role moving forward. Over the past couple of weeks, many people have been listening to these messages as it could not be denied. The shaking that you felt inside, what people felt deep within them, in the spine and in the solar plexus. And now we sit here today, and now we're seeing all of these earthquakes pop up. And when the inner world changes, the outer world changes, the micro and the macro. When the collection of humanity makes the shift and you hit something called critical mass, we actually create what's called in science a constructive interference wave. So because so many people have shifted, the outer world, it can't exist anymore. And you will experience things in your everyday life, and you're going to feel this. You're going to just know that, situations just are gone. People are just gone. It's gone. And this shakeup cannot be bypassed. We all must go through it. What you're seeing in the world, like you felt that in your body. It's one thing if your stomach is rumbling, your spine, you're feeling this. And then afterwards, after you go through that shift, right? Now we're seeing it in the world. And that's the physical manifestation of these earthquakes and massive tsunami. So we're going to break this all down today. I'm very grateful for everyone that's coming on. It's a very powerful word today. It's going to help a lot of people. Celestial Gatekeeper, thank you so much for the super chat. It literally is game over, Celestial. It's game over. It's an end of a timeline. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate if you hit the like button as we're live, and others will join the live and get the notification from that. Appreciate that. The world is shaking right now. Had a 7.8 earthquake in the Philippines. And a lot of people saw the footage of the tsunami wave that came in afterwards. Indonesia, Malaysia also affected. 6.1 magnitude earthquake in this part of the world by Cuba. It's felt in Florida. Several of the Floridians were sharing on Facebook that they felt it yesterday. We are watching, we are witnessing, we are living through this. The energy came in, right? So it happens energetically, and then these things manifest in the physical. People that are well versed in this, and there's also new people, right? So as we were experiencing the massive solar flares, solar activities, the massive Schumann resonance spikes, so those energies, they happened, they came in. And now, right, our bodies felt it. Our bodies felt it first. And now we're literally watching the reality, the earth, the world shake apart. It's not going to be here anymore. In the sense of not that there's not going to be a world here anymore, the old reality, that world. So listen carefully. We don't live in a physical world. We live within a band of frequencies. And the sooner that you understand this and you, it's kind of difficult if you are new to get it. It took me a while, right? And you thought that, the reality was a finite structure, but then you came across the Mandela effect. We were talking about that the other day, and you're starting to realize that it's not what we were led to believe. The body and the world, the inner world and the outer world. And many people in the past year, the same thing that happened to you must happen for this world. We were like the front runners for this. The old you must totally be destroyed. If you wanted to live the new life, sometimes the previous version of yourself will pop up. So now we're going to apply this to the entire world right now. The old world must be totally destroyed in the sense of the systems that we lived in. How people were treated, how our children were treated, and it's not going to happen no more. And that's why this earth is shaking. All right. So, you might know that animals feel things before it. We're animals as well, right? And we felt this. We felt this in our body. We felt it in our gut. If you are new, you could listen. You say, yeah, my stomach has been feeling strange in the past week. My spine, my lower back, feeling very strange lately. You could watch those videos. And now here we are in the future. And now we're seeing it, right? So there's been documentation, right? The animals run away from the area prior to there being an earthquake. Or it was documented here, all the birds flew away before the hurricane came in. They have this feeling prior to the physical changes. So for us humans that are listening in, this is also known as your intuition or your spiritual senses, like clairsentience, the ability to feel energy. You could pick up on energies. And just like those animals felt those massive shifts, we are all feeling these massive shifts. You could see it in the form of the earthquakes, the tsunamis. And we're also going to see it in the earthquakes and the tsunami waves of truth and disclosure. And many people, they're not ready to handle it. That was yesterday's video. Many people resonated with that. And this is all going to be tracked down into your nervous system. So your nervous system is the driving force behind your whole reality. We have a system of the world that we're tapped into. Nikola Tesla called it the ether. That's how we're feeling this. We could be very far. We are a global community. Where are you located? We have people in Australia, the furthest place in the world, right? And that's why a lot of people that are new are fascinated by this. Furthest place in the world, we're feeling the same thing. So the old you had to be destroyed. It was not an easy process. And now, since we kind of went through this process a little bit ahead of time, as the world collapses right now, don't be afraid by those words, right? But if you're tuned into this, you're saying, yeah, this way of life, it can't go on anymore. There has to be more to life than this. A lot of people have been fed up spiritually about the way that the world has been running. Well, this is your time, kid. So people are now going to be looking to you, and they're going to see how you changed. This can't be spiritually bypassed. We have to go through it. We wanted to have a new life. Well, there's certain things you're going to have to deal with. I had to deal with them. I'm sure there's many people that are tuned in. And guess what? There are going to be people that have done no spiritual work. They're going to be very lost in the upcoming days. This is your call. So anyone that's getting this message today and you've already gone through it, or maybe this is your early warning signal that, you're going to see a lot of revelations coming out in the upcoming days. And it's going to be very taxing on the nervous system. Yesterday's video. Suggest you check that video out if you haven't yet. So powerful. And your nervous system is going to take a shock. The world is taking a shock right now. And just like the shaking that we had on the inside, the foundation of where we were, which was called a season, we're not destined to be there for a lifetime. And there are many people that are taking this quantum leap, which resides in your story. That's the subconscious, which resides within your DNA. If you are new to this, your traumas are passed down. Your family lineage could be passed down from your parents, your grandparents, or great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. And you're the one, right? You say, oh, our family's always at this wealth level, right? Never exceeded it before. This is always dysfunctional relationships. Maybe you're going to be the one to have a beautiful relationship. So these everyday life things that I'm bringing up right now, this is why we feel a certain way. And then for the collective, I mean, humanity as a whole, they've been held back, beaten down by systems that they thought were there to serve them. They weren't there to serve them. So the system has to go away. All these things, the old, right? the age of the dinosaurs, right? All of the old stuff, it's coming down. And it's not easy to go through this process, okay? We glitched the live stream again. So I like to see the live chat going on. I'm just taking a second to pull it up on another device. You always have to be ready, right? There's always going to be distractions. Nothing is going to work the way that you intend it to work at first glance. We are going through the quantum shifts of this great change. So when we see powerful things like this, and you could throw up 555 if you still hear me. We were not destined to be at that level forever. And if it was easy, everyone would be making this shift. But not everyone makes this shift. People stop at a certain part of the journey. They don't continue the journey. And that's, as your consciousness coach, motivating you to make it through. We were not destined to be at a certain level forever. You might have been tricked that you had to stay at that level, but you're not. You're hearing me maybe for the first time, and you were crushed in really in a post-2020 world. You went through this crushing. You were on a threshing floor, especially in the last year. You had to be stripped down. Last year, you had to shed your old skin, right? And if you think of shedding you shedded the old skin, and then it's all raw, and then everything hurts. You have a lot of pains. You feel a lot. Empaths are tuned into this message today. Empaths are listening, right? I go through this as well. And you say, there has to be enough of this trauma. There has to be enough. There has to be love. As we go through this lesson today, I'm going to teach you the things that you should be focused on today and every day moving forward, because this shift already physically has happened now as we watch the earth shaking. Aluk Ahmed, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for that, Aluk Ahmed. I hope I said your name right. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for that. We're not in a season for a lifetime. we have to go through the crushing. The crushing you have been through isn't your final residence. Where do you dwell is something I share. You will live there for a while, but now we rise again. The sons and daughters of God are rising now. We were all crushed. In that season of the threshing floor, that season where we're crushed and refined, we are there. We've been there for a while, but it was not our final residence. We were not supposed to live in that season for a lifetime. And the shaking we see in the world is the rise. We're in it for so long. And there has to be a constructive interference wave. It's deep rooted in the subconscious. You have a subconscious, which I teach daily on this channel. 9 a.m. Eastern. Click subscribe. Do you want to change your life? Just hit that subscribe. I don't know where it is. Hit that subscribe button, right? I'll make you laugh too. Hit subscribe. I appreciate that as well. But guess what? The collective of humanity also has a subconscious. And this has to change. So that subconscious, which is 95%, it's years and years, and it's been running in the background. There has to be such a powerful force that overrides this constructive interference wave. Everyone that hears this today, and we make this constructive interference wave, the waves, think about that earthquake, the earthquake that made the tsunami. Okay, and because it's in the water, right? That's that energy wave, and you have physical substance, but it's really just a wave. Anyone that's hearing this today, make this video the wave. Pass the video forward. So this goes through the collective, and it has to be so strong and so powerful because the subconscious mind, the subconscious of humanity as a whole, it's so dense. It has to be such a powerful force right now in this now moment that boom, it finally changes. Celestial Succo, thank you so much for the super chat. Gratitude to you. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. Very grateful. Dwight, thank you so much for the super chat. The separation of the wheat, the sheep, and the tares, the goats, happens at the end of the cycle. If you are waking up, you're one of the chosen. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's not easy. And this is where you have to understand free will. Not everyone is coming with you on this stage of the journey. It just is what it is. We get sad about it, especially if you're an empath. You feel. And I was thinking about this before. I see this in my life. I could sit here. I could do like a 2-hour show on my life. Okay, you want more videos? Smash the like, smash the subscribe. Okay, and I'm saying, and I'm realizing this, and we do live in this world, and this answer came to me as I'm thinking about the people coming in and out. It's like, it's not even making sense. You might be a person that you're sealed in the forehead, and you could see a person and their personality totally changed overnight. And it could be a good way or a bad way. And it's very strange what's happening in the world. But what I came to realize is this is like musical chairs, and eventually it's going to stop. And there's going to be people that missed out because they weren't focused. And they're just gone. And it's like you could feel this in your intuition. It's like there might be people that are just gone. There might be, and there could be situations that are just gone. And you could have been, and this is a good thing. You could be dealing with a rough situation, and you say, how this isn't going away, and then poof, it's just gone. So it happens in many forms, the good and it's, it depends on your lens, it's your perception. And it makes it difficult and frustrating because it's like, when is it going to stop? But that's why it's being stirred up. And when you get so confused, the earth is shaking right now. We have been in a storm. There's one thing you have to do. And this is going to help you getting into, how to move forward. Move in your purpose. So every day, if you have a purpose, a vocation in life, that's what we focus on this channel. You have you have your pillars in life, and you focus on these things. And if you are able to focus on your pillars, and you move and you walk and you have the embodiment, if you're able to move in your purpose, all of the outer world, the cast of characters in the world can change. That all these other things could change. But if you know thyself and you're moving in your purpose, you're going to be fine, kid. As the world is collapsing, all these things are collapsing, all this chaos is happening, all the earth is shaking, the collapse of the old. Move in your purpose. And when you're moving in your purpose, right, the shift that's happening, your health, beautiful health. 200-year lifespan, right? Disregard what they tell you on the TV, right? And they're trying to bring you to premature aging. You might be a person, I've met some of these people. 70 years old, didn't age. It's going to become the norm now. Your health, your wealth, you need wealth. We're going to play a game. We're going to build. You got to have all these things you're not living small. The wealth is exploding right now. The health, you're rising up. Your purpose in life is finally being heard. Because all the old ways had to be cleared away. So now your purpose can be seen and heard and on the main stage, and your relationship. And when it comes to the relationship, for a second, disregard anyone that's outside of you. The relationship is with yourself. The relationship is with God. And then as a result of that, you have what's called equally yoked next to you. So when you move forward and that will be filled, that's why the relationship has to be very strong with yourself. The relationship with God, very strong. And then you have equally yoked next to you. So that's why you see these very strong men in the world, right? Very, 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 very powerful divine feminine in the world. Equally yoked, or you don't have the parasite. You don't have the stuff next to you. So in our lives right now, you might have never had equally yoked relationship. You might have never had financial growth before. Your purpose was never heard before. Okay, maybe you were struggle with chronic illness, fatigue, whatever it was. You never were able to succeed a frequency fence or a level. And finally, as the earth is shaking, God is saying, we're not living, these people, our people are not living this way no more. And the constructive interference wave is shaking this earth, and it's not going to stop. The earth is shaking. Don't be afraid. The tsunamis are crashing down. We can't be afraid because the fire horse is not turning back. And you're going to feel this in your life. There's people that made it to this message today, and maybe you're new today and you made it to this message. You will absolutely become non-negotiable, and you will not turn back to the previous version of yourself. The old you, how you doing? I talk right to you. The old you must be destroyed. Period. So therefore, the old reality or the old world is destroyed now. Don't take that in a literal sense. And again, it's rough to deal. You got the earthquakes. It's scary. You got these things that scare. So now think about the people that were feeling this in their gut. You felt it in your gut. You felt this coming, but maybe this is just because we've all changed and now the world has to answer to us. Response, right? We are now broadcasting a new frequency because we've been changed on the inside. There's a critical mass of people that are now broadcasting this frequency outward. So therefore, this world that we're living in must be a vibrational match. And if you have any questions, if you're new, you got to focus on the Schumann resonance. We literally live in a band of frequencies here. It's a quantum reality here. So this shaking that we're experiencing is just part of the process. How do we move forward? We have to have real tangible solutions on this channel, right? If you're here, you get the messages we need, not waiting for someone to come out of the spaceship to help us or a unicorn coming down. This is what we can do in our everyday lives. Love. Today, you're focused on love. And you ask yourself the question, what do you want to experience in your life? What do you want to experience in your life? So the work that you need to do is not self-sabotage. This is like the number one thing. This ain't my first rodeo. I've been doing this for a long time. I could come to the community. I could come to 1 million people that watch this video. Self-sabotage is like the number one thing that prevents people from moving forward. So what do you want to experience? So I understand that maybe you were done wrong in the past. You have to let it go. And this is a magnificent shift that you can do. Just, you got to embody love. You have to embody wealth. And a lot of the world, I teach about quantum shifting. There are many paradoxes. It's a paradoxical world. So once you say, I want to experience this love, I got to be love all the time. And you have to become like Teflon. You got to become like Teflon. And when a negativity comes, you just let it go right off you. You might be called, like if I ever pop in, sometimes I like to pop in and say, what's going on down there in the 3D? Are you in the 5D? So I pop into, I say, what are they talking about on mainstream media? That's how the lens I take it. I don't take it like this real. I showed on TV. It's got to be real. Nah, no, it's not real. No. But, I'll say, because I'm dealing with the people. So I have to address the issues of the people. So from my lens, I'll say, oh, what's going on there in TV land, right? But it's not real. And so when I see it from a higher vantage point, when I'm in the fifth dimension, I'm above it all, right? That's the lens you have to have. Don't listen to any gaslighting NPC. So now you're rising up, and now you look down upon the world. I'm above the world now, and now I'm looking at what's going on, right? And so now we could see all the cogs, all these things, right? I like to use this example as well, like a particle smasher, right? You smash, boom, you smash it, and then you look at all the little nooks and crannies. Look at how all these things are put together, right? So if you were crushed in the past year and really years, the point of it is to realize, and you will not be, it's just the way it is. I'm just teaching here, right? It has to get very intense because you will not realize that you were living your life on loop. Did you realize this in the past year? And when it gets really intense and it hurts and the pain is actually teaching you, right? Oh, now I can actually see it. If you don't see it, there's nothing that you could do to physically change it. but upon you becoming conscious, so we could see that in our personal life, we could see that the way that the world is run and the systems are run, right? So then we say no more to the way these things are run. But it always comes on the inside. And what you want to do is, so I'm not going to interact this with it anymore, because in this quantum reality of frequency, if you keep interacting with narcissistic tendencies, if you keep interacting with lack of wealth, and I know it's difficult, and it is difficult because you are running that subconscious program 95% of the day, every day. I understand it, right? So I could see it in my life, but every time, I hope someone hears this in the world right now. So you see this earthquakes. What do you feel? You feel fear every single time in my life that I leveled up. There was a frequency fence. I had to blast through it, and I had to do it blasting through fear. You're going to have to do it scared, kid. I'm telling you the answer. Please smash the like button so people hear this. I understand. It's never the right time. It's that heart. It's got to be that lion that you say, I had enough of this. I'm going to go towards my dream. I'm going to go towards my vocation. I'm going to go towards the love of my life. I'm going to go towards. And when you say to yourself, I lived this way my whole life, you're going to have to do it scared, girl. You're going to have to do it scared, brother. It is the answer, because you understand these frequencies, and this is the test. And why are we scared, you might ask? Because it comes from your nervous system, and your nervous system wants you. This is done by design. It wants you to be the same, even though the same is in your nervous system is saying it's good. It's the same. I'm safe. You're not safe. So this is where your soul is overriding. You're not running off those subconscious programs in the brain no more. So in that moment, you got to go through the fear. You got to go with the heart. Every time in my life, every time I went with my heart, I won. Every time, 100%, 100%. Was it scared? Was it easy? No. Was it a perfect? No. But at the end of the day, did I win? Was it correct? Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. The hearts are flooding the chat right now. Stacy M, thank you so much for the super chat. Stacy writes, great truth today. Strong relationship with God and no fear. Making life as it should be, not with what they sell us. Keep being you, Michael, because you're the best. Stay blessed and smile always. I appreciate you, Stacy. Thank you so much for that. I'm very grateful. Very grateful. So this is the time to receive the big stuff. Oh, the big stuff, like for you, whatever it is for you. And I've gone over this. There could be something for me personally. Oh, this is like the greatest thing in the life. And someone else would be like, that's no big deal. You understand what I'm saying? You are here to experience your everyday life. That's why I don't tell people how to live their life. You might go on social media. You might see these gurus that tell you how to live your life. It's called gaslighting, right? So what I'm here to do is teach people. It's about your everyday life. So for you personally, it's time for you to finally receive the big stuff, not the Band-Aids, not the blips. So like, for example, there is let's just use wealth, for example, and you'll have stuff that comes in and little stuff that comes in, but this is generational, like life-changing, right? And you could say, yeah, I had these months, I went up, but now it's like I'm boom, all of a sudden the income is coming in, right? You have these people that show up, right? and they can't even make it through a week in the modern world. This is the damage that social media has done to the brains of people. Just swipe and there's no, it's called transactional love, right? So we're not talking about, okay, they show up for the week. Nah, you got someone that truthfully loves the man that you truthfully are, brother. I was talking to someone the other day, he had to end his relationship, and now he's single, since about February. And, telling me the story. She don't love you, brother. Do you understand the modern world? Do you understand what's going on? So once you've reached this frequency, so now, right? That's why these people they can't make it. They can't make it through. They can't make it through the portal. Sometimes in spiritual, you hear about this is a real thing. It's a frequency. You have to jump through the portal, and the portal's going to block like Dikembe Mutombo. No. Block the shot. Boom. Right? So those people, they can't make it through this portal. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, right? So you don't want to go too far down the career path, and you say, I wasted all these years in this career, that they were just using me like a human battery in this corporation or whatever. I could have been doing this for this other job or whatever it is, or this company. They treat their employees good. Whether you work for yourself, I work for myself now, but there are many people that, if you're in alignment, absolutely. That's why you have to understand your life. You have to understand where you personally are. You have to understand, everyone's relationship is going to be different. It's for you. Do you understand? It's very difficult to teach the truth here, because what we have in the world, right? We have however many billion people. They said the numbers aren't real, but if it's 8 billion, whatever, there's 8 billion different realities specific to your everyday life. This is the mission of the channel, the community. It's about our everyday lives. So during this sorting that's happening, it's about your life, what's meaningful to you, what do you love, okay? And what you need. So what you need to do today. Say the earth is shaking, everything's collapsing, it looks a little spookable out there. You walk, you move today, right? I'm going to get you to run through the door today. You're going to run out the world. You're ready to face the world, right? That's what a lot of people get from this channel, right? You're going to walk with the energy of abundance today. Because, and this is a energy theme, because if you work with lack, but if boom, right? I'm always chosen, right? My work is always, whatever it is, right? It's the energy of abundance. Act as if and move today. And don't worry about the past. Don't worry about, because we needed to go through the threshing floor. You went through the crushing. I get it. It's valid what you lived through, 100%. But that season is over. And now we have to walk with that frequency and sustain this frequency. And then the world collapses, and the world is collapsing. So the earthquakes that we're seeing, the shaking that we're seeing, is a real thing. Suli Magnum, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful purple heart. I love that. The beautiful hearts of love. What do you want to experience? We're moving in love. We're acting from a place of abundance and more. And so now it becomes magnetic. It's a frequency, and more abundance comes in and more love comes in. But if you're going through the previous season or operating out of a world system that, or wherever you live in the world, those things weren't there to serve you. So stop feeding it your attention. I discussed the modern society, and people are addicted to drama. They will, they watch TV shows. It's all about drama. They go on social media. You see these social media people, they go back and forth, right? That addiction to drama, please hear this message today. This is if you say to yourself, today is the day I'm going to move forward with my life. If you are in that drama, I've been hammering this home. You do not want to live your life with dysfunction. You will see people that go to the dysfunctional job. You see these couples, it's total dysfunction. So it is a frequency. It's a frequency on the inside. We have peace in our life. We have order in our life, not dysfunction. Do you understand? If you're a person, I'm just here to motivate you, and you say, I watch this drama stuff. It's all a drama and dysfunction on TV. I mean, look at some of the reality shows. They put it right in your face, right? And it's coming to the end. You know, I mean, there was a thing that was called MTV. Remember MTV? Right? It's off the air now, right? They used to show beautiful music. We have to bring back the music, baby. No, but what were the reality shows that they were showing on MTV? And what happened to MTV? If anyone would like to answer in the comments today. Do you understand? All this drama stuff, all this normalizing dysfunction is finished. It's finished. Anastasia, no more dysfunction. Thanks. Absolutely, Anastasia. I love you. I'm very grateful for the super chat. Thank you. So, listen, I know it on the face value, it is scary to see the earthquakes, but if you listen to this message and you compare it to the earthquakes that were happening inside your body, so inside this world that we live in, deep inside is shaking, and then it comes out. Now it's a boom, it's a release, it's an outward force, right? So within yourself, you had this inside, mostly in the solar plexus, the spine. Videos are waiting for you if you have any questions. Okay, now the frequency has shifted, and now you're operating out of the heart space. You're not operating out of a place of anxiety. So many people, people made decisions from a place of anxiety. What's anxiety? Fear of the future. Oh, I'm fearful of the future, so I'm gonna choose this job instead of going after my dream vocation. I'm in the future, right? So I'm afraid to go after this divine masculine, so I'm gonna settle for this little beta male that I can control, right? These are the things that happen in society, and it happens on a loop. And these are the subconscious. You gotta rise up today. You got to go towards love. Anything in life, if you want to change your wealth status, if you want to change your health, and, you know, from a lens, some people, they had a struggle to get rid of the processed foods or the sugary drinks or even the alcohol, right? So whatever it is in your life, you have to listen to your everyday life. But this shaking that's happening, boom, it's cracking you open. And we are not being crushed anymore. We already were refined. So now this frequency is going outwards. The ripple, again, go back to that tsunami wave. It was an energy. In the form of physical use, physically water, but what caused that? It's an energy wave. So each and every one of us today, and now that we're at the end, those that really focus their attention, I'm grateful if we could all push that energy wave, hit that like button today and push. And if we all do this, that's called a constructive interference wave. And we all have to come together because the subconscious of humanity, it's been going on for centuries. So it has to be such a powerful force. It has to be such a powerful force that it interferes, ready? It interferes with the loop that society has been running over and over and over. It is over. You like that? So I appreciate each and every one of you. And if a message resonated with you today and you'd like to improve your everyday life, you could click subscribe. I appreciate that. It helps out the algorithms. And you'll get a daily video, 9 a.m. Eastern time, a notification on your phone, and you will become the greatest version of yourself. Leave a comment down below. Are you feeling this right now? And I discussed very pivotal things that throughout this chat. The videos will pop up here in the pinned comment. Really focus on them if you're new. It's going to assist you on your journey. Okay, none of this can be bypassed. We have to go through it, right? So if you were a person that heard this and you did have the stomach issues or you had the tightness at the base of the spine, the base of the root, the survival, I understand. We all went through this, especially in I share about my journey, went through a time period. Everything was taken from me for like 4 months, right? And you had to go through it, right? Click subscribe. You learn about my journey. Let's get the real life evidence. Let's get the firsthand experience, and let's all rise up. We're rising up today. And this shaking is assisting us to rise up, not going backwards, not living in the past, not living in fear. Speak the truth. When you show up in the world and you could just speak the truth and you're not afraid, it's such a powerful. It's always that to speak. Oh, wow, I resonate with that. Then your work is born. I love you. And all of a sudden a relationship is born. You will always have to go through the scary scaries. You're going to have to push through the fear. And that's shaking. And the sooner you do it, right? The earthquake, it has to be released. So that's that shaking. If you are on the, before I get off the air, if you are on this point where you're like, I feel like I should talk to him. I feel like I should present this to the world. I feel like I should move. That shaking that you're feeling inside, it's going to keep building and keep building. So your job is to listen to the body and then actually do in this reality. That's what Tesla did, right? Nikola Tesla did not stop his inventions on the paper. He actually did in the reality. This is the quantum manifestation. This is what I teach. We don't want to stop at the vision board or on the paper. We actually want to bring our creations into this reality. So I love you guys very much. And I hope that this video inspires you and helps you through this very shake-up season that we are now in. We're here, kid. We're here. So let's move together. And better days are now here. They're not ahead. They're literally here now. So we are in love because our frequency has shifted. And that love frequency, it's actually very powerful, that love frequency is the shaking that we're all feeling. I love you guys. I appreciate you sharing the video. Check out the videos and hit me up on Facebook. We have posts all day long on Facebook. We're growing there as well. I love you guys so much. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.